Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Crossbench anger as Prime Minister slashes most of their parliamentary staff. Anthony Albanese has sparked a war with crossbench MPs and senators by slashing their parliamentary staff entitlement by 3/4. The Prime Minister has emailed a letter to crossbenchers to inform them that in addition to their 4 electorate staff, they will only be entitled to 1 parliamentary staff member. In the last Parliament, crossbench MPs and senators were entitled to 4 parliamentary staff. Crossbench MPs and senators are furious, viewing the reduced staffing levels as a political manoeuvre to stymie them. "It is a dog act," one crossbencher told the ABC. The PM has notified crossbenchers they could instead avail themselves of the Parliamentary Library for research or the Clerk of the Senate for advice on parliamentary procedure. "My government intends to increase resourcing to the Parliamentary Library to reflect the support role that it provides to parliamentarians, particularly those on the crossbench," Mr. Albanese's letter reads. "The Department of Finance will provide the necessary administrative support for the employment of your personal staff member. If the newly elected independents have any questions about what to do, or, possibly more importantly, what not to do, they could ask 12-year federal parliament veteran Andrew Wilkie, who admits he got burnt in his first year of deal-making." Read more. Though Parliament is not scheduled to resume until July 26, Mr. Albanese's decision on entitlements has done what few could ever have predicted: unify a motley collection of One Nation senators, Teal independents and other crossbenchers. It is understood crossbench senators are discussing whether to abstain from parliamentary votes to protest the decision, a tactic that could derail the government's legislative agenda. Labour secured 77 seats at the May 21 election and will not need crossbench support to secure passage of legislation through the lower house. But Labour will need the Greens plus 1 extra vote in the Senate to pass legislation the coalition opposes. There are 12 crossbenchers in the House of Representatives and 6 in the Senate. The Liberals, Nationals and Greens have secured different staffing arrangements with the Labour government. Pocock says staffing cut reduces ability to participate. Independent Senator for the ACT David Pocock said cutting 3/4 of his anticipated parliamentary staffing resource removes transparency, hinders the democratic process and reduces our ability to participate fully in Parliament. "Consulting with my fellow crossbenchers, we have shared concerns about voting on legislation we don't have the resources to adequately scrutinise or ensure the integrity of," Senator Pocock said. "This decision is bad for democracy and terrible for transparency. Parliament should represent all Australians." Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has unveiled his new cabinet, with election losses and cabinet shake-ups seeing some new faces enter the fold. Here is who got what position. Read more. "To represent my community I need to have the resources to hold the government to account." The Greens said the move contradicted the surge of support for minor parties in the federal election. "It is unbelievable and so short-sighted that the government would cut crossbench staff when the public has just delivered the biggest crossbench representation ever," a spokesperson said. The Greens have experienced a staffing cut in real terms with no increase in overall staffing despite a major increase in numbers of Greens parliamentarians. The Greens have the same staffing allocation for 16 MPs and senators as they did with 10 in the last Parliament. The ABC has asked the Liberal and National parties to reveal their staffing arrangements, but is yet to receive a response. In a statement, a spokeswoman for the Prime Minister's office pointed to resources available to all MPs and senators. Allocation of MOPs Act. Parliamentary staff is reviewed and reallocated following every election, she said. In recognition of the enlarged crossbench, the government intends to increase resources of the Parliamentary Library, which all parliamentarians can use for information, advice, research and analysis of legislation. Posted 2 hours ago, updated 52 m ago.